Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this video we've got the latest update for Final Fantasy XIV. You guys know I am an active player of that wonderful game, and I've been waiting on the patch because I want to get more story here, and it looks like we finally got it. So we're gonna get into this. It's called Trail to the Heavens. I'm curious as to where they're gonna take this story, because it seems that this expansion just has so much to it, and I must be one of the few people who actually enjoy the story, enjoy the characters and stuff like that. So let's get to it. Ooh, snow theme.
Both
snow theme, let's go.
The reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I like that color scheme. Wait, are we getting... what was that? Hold on a second. What the hell was this? Is this like a... what is that class? I'm not familiar with that class. I haven't played every class yet, but I'm not familiar with that one at all. Are we getting a new class? Ooh, is that like a golden saucer thing, or cool ship?
Is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges.
New area?
Neither rages nor weeps for being sundered.
This is a patch. New raid.
You've no recourse but to cower before my true power.
Now, the thing with the raids in Dawn Trail, especially the post-expansion patches, I've had my ups and downs with a lot of them. I like some of them, but I dislike the majority of them. You know, I don't know if raiding is for me, to be honest. Oop, hit the mic. I don't know if raiding is for me. The whole idea of the end game, you know, grinding weeks, not just like days, weeks for gear that is just going to be available effectively the next patch, usually the next patch. So like this patch, the current raid gear that you have to grind your life away to get will more than likely be available with the currency that you can just grind out, you know, dungeons for, right? So it just seems pointless for me to just, like, you know, keep grinding away. I understand it's end game and stuff, but I've got other classes that I can level and stuff. Like, I got so much I can do in the game. So, you know, I'm not too worried about raids. They're fun. I think some of them are very mechanically convoluted, if that makes any sense. It's a lot of the time I find it very difficult to read the boss's attacks, because I don't really know what they're gonna do half the time. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not seeing the telltale signs, but it's unfortunately just not my thing. I like dungeons a lot more. And the fact that I can easily get into raids, or, you know, I guess these aren't... here's the thing. It's not really a raid. You're just getting in and you're fighting the boss. There's really not a whole lot of raiding going on. Like, you're not going through and it's clearing a level of mobs and mini bosses to get to the main boss. You're just going right to a main boss fight. And it's awesome. You know, it's a part of the end game that I find a lot more intriguing than something like World of Warcraft, where it's like raids are literally that. You're going from stage to stage. They can take hours, sometimes even days, depending on whether you wipe a lot or not. But so I like how accessible their raids are in this game, but at the same time, the sheer amount of time you have to put into getting the current good gear is just beyond me. You know, I'd like to get some of the gear is not available. for just grinding out dungeons with the current patch currency. So I understand that if you want certain pieces of gear, you're gonna grind the raids for it. But when I found out that I had to literally grind out for 7 weeks, 7 weeks, because you're limited to what you can get per week. You can only get one item per week from each raid or whatever. It would take 7 weeks just to get the current raid weapon for my class, or pretty much any class, I'm sure at that point. I kind of got just, I'm like, I'm good. This isn't like the old days when I was playing World of Warcraft with my buddy Jeremy, and we had all the time in the world to do that kind of stuff, come back every day and grind out more and do, because we, you know, while we were playing a lot of other games, that was our primary focus. This is not my focus. As much as I love this game to death and everything they're doing with it, it's just grinding gear out is end game stuff is just not for me. But that's why I love this game so much, because there's so many other things that you can do to do other than, you know, end game content. So, still going to probably try it out, though. Still going to try out the new raid, because I do find them engaging, because mechanics are like all over the place, and it really kind of makes you really focus and you know, try and do your darndest to really, you know, use the most out of your class, or get the most out of your class, I should say. But these days, I'm far more interested in the story.
The time has come for another journey across the salt.
Of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. So many seeds of life have already been lost. Countless perish as nature runs its course. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come.
You know, and it still just blows my mind to this day. Every single patch, every single expansion, every single dungeon and raid and boss, it's all unique. There's not a single dungeon that is repetitive of. It's not just like a rehashing of a previous dungeon. Every single dungeon is unique. Just about every single boss is unique. The only time that things are rehashed is certain mechanics, so that, you know, players who are familiar with those mechanics can read the boss and do, you know, we're talking about those types of mechanics. Some of them are rehashed, but in a lot of cases they are tweaked so that they look a little different. Like, you can recognize that it's like, okay, I gotta move at this time when he's doing this, but visually it can look different. And it's so cool how this company, Creative Studio 3, is able to just keep doing new things every single time. And this game's been out for over a decade, and somehow they keep making some of the biggest expansions I've seen in any game. And then every single subsequent patch post-launch of each expansion is just filled to the brim with stuff. And everything is unique, and I love it. Oh yeah, there's her.
But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice.
Keep in mind, it's been a while since the last patch, so, you know, I recognize her. I don't remember exactly what happened. I have the VODs that I can go back and look at, but I know that obviously she's one of the newer antagonists.
And no one will be left alive. No one.
She's a trail to the heavens. She is an Ascian.
Did you think you'd won? Guess I'll have to spice things up.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Yo, Kefka? Brother, are they seriously bringing back Kefka? Are you serious? Oh, that's gonna be sick, dude. That's sick. Kefka's one of the most iconic villains in the entire franchise's history. Let's go. He was actually one of the few villains in Final Fantasy's, well, I should say, I guess lore, but, you know, technically each Final Fantasy is different from the last. Has similar themes, but, you know, they're treated differently in each game. It always has something to do with the crystals, though, so keep that in mind. Crystals are always a thing, for the most part. But Kefka was one of the few villains in the franchise's history to actually destroy the world, essentially. Bring about an apocalypse of some sort. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so excited about... I love Dawn Trail. I love the patches. That's different. I just don't... I don't remember... I don't know what class this is. This is very strange. I have no idea what class that is. Clearly a class I haven't played yet, but still. This looks cool. Like, that looks like you're on a board or something. So, very exciting. They didn't give a release date, from what I can tell. No, the ending is just this really cool moving background, which I would love to have on my computer as like an actual background. So they didn't give it an actual date, which is unfortunate. I imagine it's coming up very soon. I hope, because I would love more story. Please give me more story. But overall, everything just looks awesome. New areas, new raid, new dungeons, more than likely. A new dungeon or dungeons. I'm not entirely sure. It's usually like 1 or 2 dungeons that they bring in. And I don't know if that's a new class with the beasts and everything. I'm just assuming, because again, I haven't explored every class, so it might just be a class I haven't played yet. I'm not familiar with it, but bottom line is that every patch that comes out for this game, I'm always just super excited for it. So I'm never gonna be disappointed with this game. I have yet to be disappointed with this game. It's just phenomenal. I love Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 14. If I was a better person and I actually only played one game, this would be the one game I would play. I would save a ton of money in that respect, but also just there's so much to do in this game. If I had only focused on this game for the last decade or so, I'd already be done with everything and just be looking forward to each and every patch afterwards. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Are you a Final Fantasy 14 player, and are you as excited about the narrative as I am? Because I love the story. Since the beginning of A Realm Reborn till now, the story has just been so engaging and so thought-provoking. I love it. So really excited for this next patch. Can't wait. It can't come any sooner. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me again in the next one, where we'll look at another trailer. And, well, hopefully it'll make me as excited about whatever it is like this just did. I got to come up with an outro. But until then, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Final Fantasy 14 patch 7.5. And I'll see you guys later.